All right, this is news just in. A short while ago, SABC television news anchor Palesa Chubisi has won her court case against her dismissal at the public broadcaster. Chubisi will now be reinstated as television news anchor at the broadcaster should she choose to do so. Her lawyer advocate Wiliam Mkhari joins us on the line. Advocate, thank you for being with us. So tell us, on what merits has she been returned to the broadcaster, and will she be returned to work?
Good evening. Yes, she won the case, and the court has said that the SABC has acted unlawfully. The termination is invalid in law. It is void and is of no force and effect. She must report for duty with immediate effect, and the SABC was ordered to pay the costs of the application. So this is indeed an important victory for her, because an organ of state such as the SABC is required to obey the law and not to break it, and to treat its employees fairly and with respect, and not to trample upon their constitutional rights to dignity.
Ms. Chubisi was dismissed a short while ago, not so long ago, and this made newspaper reports as well. Unions on the show, several bodies have been concerned about the way in which she was dismissed as well. But what emerged in court papers and throughout this legal battle is that the SABC contends she was awarded the post irregularly. She was appointed, we believe, by Hladi Mutswaneng. That was a past administration, sort of flouting some of the norms for this sort of appointment. On what basis was the SABC therefore unlawful to dismiss her for the reasons that they laid out?
You see, nobody should be a judge and a jury in his own case. The SABC can say whatever it wants to say, but what it can't do, then it can't be the one that decides whether the appointment is irregular or not. It must be the court which must say so. And it was unlawful, and especially as an organ of state, to simply decide that an employee who has been with you for so many years must pack and go because, in your view, the appointment is irregular. It's completely unacceptable.
Did the court make a ruling, though, on whether the initial appointment was irregular? Did it go there?
No, the court does have to decide that. It is the SABC which must go to court. It must go to court and get an order. It can't be its own judge. It can't decide on its own that somebody's appointment is irregular and therefore must pack and go. It's like yourself when you're sitting there. It would be unacceptable that when you are busy reading the news, you get a letter which says that your appointment is irregular, you must pack and go. So the rule of law must be respected, follow processes, so that at the end you are able to say that these are the processes that were followed, and the outcome of an independent arbiter is that your appointment is unlawful or is irregular, and therefore it can't be employed by the SABC anymore. So the emphasis is the rule of law. People must respect the rule of law, not take the law into their own hands. And that's exactly what the SABC did when it dismissed this lady.
Advocate Mkhari, will Palesa Chubisi be returning to her post at the SABC? We understand she has that option, although obviously there's a relationship here with her employer. What's going to happen now? And if she is returning, when will she be back in the anchoring chair?
According to the court order, she must return with immediate effect, so it will depend on whether she's... her shift is today. If a shift is tonight, then she will go back tonight. If a shift is tomorrow, she'll go tomorrow. If a shift is on Wednesday, she'll go on Wednesday. But the court order says she is reinstated with immediate effect, and the SABC then should comply with that order by making sure that she is given the necessary support and return to her post and do what she was employed to do at all relevant times.
Does the SABC have scope here to appeal this judgment? Do you believe that this is not the end of the road yet?
Well, that will be for the SABC to decide. But at the moment, there's a judgment that is binding on the SABC, which must be complied with.
All right. Thank you very much for being with us tonight. That was Advocate Wiliam Mkhari, the lawyer of SABC TV News anchor Palesa Chubisi.